What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to RC Car Garage, and today I got something new for you guys. So this is a new ESC from Sequre. This is the 28120 ESC from Sequre. I mean, look how small and compact this thing is, you guys. Just look at that. You do have some pretty long wires there. This does have a XT60 plug, and you have this plug here, these long wires where you can plug into wherever you want. So you kind of don't need an extension because they just give you a nice long plug here. So this ESC is actually a 120 amp ESC with the Escape 32 firmware on it. This ESC is able to take a 2 to 8S LiPo. That's a lot of power. Out of this small little guy, that's a lot of power. I wonder how the heat is going to do with it, with that much S's. With that many S's, I wonder how this guy is going to do. And I have an idea of a rig that I want to put this on because it's been kind of neglected, but we'll get to it. Let's just go over this kit first. So the BEC on this guy, you're able to use a 5.5, a 5 volt, 6 volt, 7.2, 8.2, even a 12 volt BEC that this thing supports. And I believe in order to adjust the BEC onto this right here, there are those little squares that you guys see right here. And I believe if you solder one or two of them together, that you will get the BEC voltage that you want. So right now it's at 5.5 volts or 5 volts, but you're able to adjust it to whatever voltage you want for the BEC just by soldering those pieces on together, soldering all of them together. So yeah, this is going to be a pretty good little monster. The other thing is the 3625 1800 kV Outrunner brushless motor. And I gotta tell you, this thing looks amazing. Just look at that. How cool is that gonna look? Just watching that spin like that. That's just freaking awesome. I mean, you can even see from the inside here, the magnets. Check out those magnets, you guys, just moving around. I think this thing is gonna do very, very well. The best thing about this is that it also brings a Wi-Fi link. So I don't know exactly how much this kit is. As soon as I find out how much this kit is, I'll put it over here on the screen somewhere, and that way you guys will know exactly how much this kit is worth. The Wi-Fi link is the same as when I did the Ant 32 kit. You just connect the Wi-Fi link to the ESC like so, and you're able to do a whole bunch of stuff. So let's go connect all this together. And boom. So once you get your battery connected, there is no on-off switch for this ESC. Just plug in the battery and you're good to go. And as you see on here, there is a little red light on the Wi-Fi link. What you're going to want to do on your phone is go to your settings, Wi-Fi, the Escape 32 Wi-Fi is right there. You just hit that. It'll connect right to it, and it'll just take you right to the Wi-Fi link. All right, so as you guys, hold on, let me turn this light off. See if that, there we go. All right, you guys, sorry about me being a little shaky here. I'm trying my best. All right, so as you guys can see, there's a whole bunch of adjustments. You got your motor timing there, a whole bunch of adjustments that you guys can do here. You have your drag brake. You can click that on and off, and you can adjust the drag brake. Oh wait, hold on, I'm not there yet. But you can adjust the drag brake right there to however much power you want, either higher or lower. Um, the throttle mode, you can hit that. You can switch it up from forward, forward reverse, forward brake reverse, and forward brake. Well, I'm going to leave that on forward reverse like every crawler should be. And as you go down, you can see a whole bunch of stuff that you can mess with. Now, one of the things, the BEC right here, so it does have a way that you can click that and adjust it. Now, this guy only says that it's 8.4 volt, but I can assure you that this ESC does end up taking that ESC right. Here we go. Hold on, there it is. The ESC right there does end up taking up to 12 volts. So even here, just to mess around, I'm going to hit 8.4. It just goes back to 5.5, and that is because, like I was saying, those pieces, these square right here, you can see you have to solder them together in order to get what you want BEC wise. Now, another thing is LED. You hit that. Oh, look at that. So you hit the LED button right there, and that LED light comes on. Turn it off. There we go. Turn it back on. And there's, as you guys can see, there's 4 different boxes there. Let's bring this closer so we can see. So hit that one. There's a red light. Off. And next box, down that's green, turn that off. Then you got blue, turn that off. The last one doesn't do anything. So you can mix match the colors. There's purple, and there's blue, like a lighter blue. There's your darker blue, and there's like a green. That's kind of cool. Or you can turn all 3 LEDs on and just leave it. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Um, Firmware, you can, I believe, update the firmware on this guy. Music, you do have music on here that you can, obviously it's not going to play because I don't have the motor connected to the ESC, as you guys can see there. But this is a lot of stuff, especially here. This is a lot of stuff that you can adjust to get a good, really good run out of your rig with this. Wait for 0 throttle on startup. Yeah, you definitely want that. You can reverse the motor direction right on here. And even if it is a brushed motor, so you're able to use a brushed motor on the system, and it'll put it into brushed mode. But yeah, this is a lot of adjustments here, you guys. So that's a lot of adjustments that you can do with this ESC as long as you get the Wi-Fi link. I would highly recommend getting this kit with the Wi-Fi link so that way you can do your adjustments and everything right on the fly as you're going along with your rig. In the kit, it does also bring this QR code 28120 manual. Just scan the QR code and it will take you right into the manual. Actually, let's go check that out now. Scan the QR code, open that up. And here we are in the manual. Let me turn this light off again. So here we are in the manual for this guy. And it tells you anything and everything. Continuous current, 120 amp. Maximum current, 150 amps. That's a lot. That is a lot of amperage for this thing. And so here you go, you guys. everything, anything and everything you need. And like I was saying, what happened here? Okay. So like I was saying, with all the adjustments, and here we go. So for the BEC, anybody that is wanting to know, like I said, those three squares that you see on the ESC right there, here you go. You can adjust them for 7.2 volts. You end up doing soldering, I think, those two together, or solder one of them together. I think you just solder the one in the middle. For the 8.2, you solder the 6.0 and the 7.2. For the 6 volt, you just solder the 6 volt. And then for the 12 volt, you're going to want to solder all three of them together. So there you go, you guys. So if anybody's wondering about the BEC adjustment, here it is. And you can adjust it yourself right on the BEC. Right on the ESC. And that is another reason why Sequre ends up sending some more of these big heat shrink tubes, so you can do your adjustments and just heat shrink that all together, and you're good to go. So there you go. If anybody was wondering about the BEC for this, if anybody is wondering about the BEC, it is adjustable. You're just going to have to do your own soldering so you can get that BEC that you want, the voltage that you want on the BEC. Now, I did also say that I didn't know what I didn't know what rig I was going to put this on, but I have an idea of what rig I'm putting it on, and this is the rig right here. So this is my Axio SCX10. Used to be a Dingo kit until I saw this body and I put this body on top of here. This is my very first crawler that I ended up getting, and I love it with all my heart. This guy means so much to me, but I have neglected it. I don't know if you guys can tell on the window right there, but it's just very, very dusty. I've had it on the RC rack over there, and it's just been sitting there on the rack collecting dust. And I just figured it's time to update this guy. So there's a couple things that I want to do. First and foremost, I do want to give it a whole new paint job, because I think I love this guy, and I think it deserves it. I really do think it deserves it. The other things that I want to do, I don't know if you guys can tell. You can probably tell a little bit right there. But on the hood, when I built this, yeah, you can see it right there. So it looks like there's like a V shape right here in the hood. I want to flatten that out. I want to make that look better. Put some putty on here and repaint the body. The roof here is a little wavy. It always has been. It's never been nice and flat. It is a little wavy, so I want to end up fixing that up. And the body in the back here, the bed, as you guys can see, the bed is flexes, which is not supposed to. So that's the type of stuff that I want to work on. I wanted to lower down the body because of the shock hoops. Again, I built this. I really wasn't aware. I was new to the crawler hobby, so I didn't have the funds really, and I didn't have a lot of stuff that I have now that I'm able to end up doing this. So let's take the body off and see what this guy is all about here. So yeah, as you guys can see, the body here, it just flexes. I don't like that. I did end up putting the rubber mirrors on here so I can flip this guy. Mirrors aren't going to break. I think I got them on eBay at the time. I do have a light kit on here, which was actually powered by its own separate battery. But I think now what I'm going to do is have it connected to the transmitter so I can turn them on and off on the transmitter itself. I did this body. I did end up doing it myself. I made all of this myself. Two separate Tamiya F350 bodies, put them together, and I did all of this. This paint job is actually a Ford paint job. No, I didn't take it to Ford. I painted it. I got the Ford paint and I did this paint myself. And I like it because I am infatuated. I like the Ford King Ranch. So I wanted to keep that color scheme of the Ford King Ranch on this, and I can't say I don't like it. I love this thing. So that is where that body is. Chassis. Now this chassis is the SCX10 Dingo kit, which I ended up extending because I needed to extend the chassis because of the hoops, the shocks, and everything. So I ended up doing all that. As you guys can see, I just ended up cutting right back here the chassis. I cut the chassis, put a bit of aluminum in there to extend the chassis there. So it wasn't that big of a deal to extend it. These are the links that I made for this guy. I am running the G-Made XD P system shocks on this thing. The XD series shocks on this, piggyback shocks, which I like these shocks, but they are old. I ended up getting these shocks when they first came out. So these things are actually leaking oil. So I want to upgrade these shocks. I'm also running an RC 4-wheel drive 35 turn 540 can on this, and a Traxxas 2075 servo on this thing. So that is what I'm doing with it. I'm going to be putting this kit in here, and I'm also putting some new wheels and tires on this guy because, again, like I said, I'm going to be lowering down the body. I'm going to be lowering down the body on this guy, and yeah, so I wanted to get some 1.55 wheels because I think the 1.55s are going to look better on there compared to these 1.9s. If not, then I'll end up getting 1.9s and I'll save those 1.55s for something else. But that is what I'm going to do. I believe the battery tray, I'm probably going to move it up here somewhere. So I am excited to get this kit up and running. The only issue about this kit right now is the fact that the ESC has 4mm plugs and the motor actually has 3.5mm plugs. Now, is this an issue with this kit? Yes and no. If this is a plug and play kit, you're just going to want to plug it in, hook it up to your vehicle, and off you go. You don't want to sit here and cut up wiring, have to solder it, and all that stuff. So I believe that's something that Sequre might take care of in the future if they're going to sell this kit altogether. So that's what I'm going to wind up doing. I do have the 4mm plugs here, so I'm going to switch these out on the motor, put this on this ESC, and I am dying to see how this motor runs with this ESC. Be back with you guys in a second. All right, you guys, so I got this thing connected to my FlySky GT3C, and as you guys can see, there is a light blinking there, and the motor is all set and ready to go. So I am using my Moog 5200 milliamp hour battery, and I just want you guys to see this thing going. So let me move this on over here. So here's a motor, and Look at that. And it's got some speed to it. That's got some speed to it. I'm really excited to get this thing going. Alright, you guys, so I have been working on this thing for a little while now, and I am super excited on how it came out. So I did also add new wheels and tires for this guy, rubber mirrors that was already on. So I am super excited about this. The biggest thing that I wound up doing to this, here we go. So the biggest thing I wound up doing to this, the body is now all magnet mounted. Put this guy to the side right here. And here we are with the Sequre ESC and motor. And I gotta tell you guys, I'm actually pretty excited to see how this guy is going to work out. I really want to see how this guy's going to work out. I did end up ordering this whole piece here on the front from Amazon. The battery was actually located here in the back, but now since I lowered the body onto the chassis, I had to move the battery to the front. So I ended up ordering this piece here, this whole piece here on Amazon, which I was actually amazed that I was actually able to find it, that they still had stuff for the SCX10. And as you guys can see, the motor is sitting in there nice and tucked away. Look at that, you guys. There is so much more room now compared to when this thing had a 540 motor in it. And the ESC just sitting up here nicely tucked away. I have it secured with double-sided tape. I might have to change out that double-sided tape. So there we go. So that's on there. Now I want to see how this thing does. I want to see how the system works with the system here. So put in a battery real quick, and we're going to test and see how this thing works. All right, so she's plugged in, and once you plug the battery in, it turns on automatically. There is no on-off switch for this. So here we go. Let's see how smooth this is. Actually, what am I hitting here? Oh, on a tire there. All right, so let's see how slow. Guys, sorry about the mess. I literally just finished putting this guy together. The motor's like doing a little humming. So let's see how this goes now. Alright, so it's being a little jerky there. But look at that slow crawl. You can hardly tell that it's going. But it is going. Speed it up a little bit. That's got some speed. Reverse. Whoa. Alright, I gotta figure out what's going on with that. But reverse is not supposed to be like that. So, I'm gonna figure out what's going on with the reverse on this thing. And then we are gonna take it out and give this thing a run. So, be back with you guys in a sec. Alright, you guys, so I'm out here, and as you guys can see, this is just complete snow. It is freezing out here, and I brought out this guy. So unfortunately, I don't have any
dirt or anything to be able to go over, but I do have some snow. So we're going to test this thing out, test out this new system, and we're going to see how it's going to do and how it's going to perform. Right over here. So I got the body sitting there nice, and as you guys can see, this is how everything is set up. Now again, the ESC does not have an on-off switch. I got to plug it in for it to be able to start up. So I'm going to start this up and we're going to see how the motor and ESC and everything is going to work, and check out the slow crawl on it. So let's do this. All right, so like I said, let me start the transmitter and we plug it in, and this guy is now on. All right, so let's see how it does. Let's see how it does. There we go. And look at that motor, guys. Look how slow it's going. All right, let's test it out here on the snow. So far, so good. Up. Got some grit here. There we go. We're up. There we go. Look how slow that thing goes. That's how slow it goes. This is just ice up here. Guys are breathing pretty good actually. All right, I'm going to throw the body on and we'll get back into it. All right, you guys, and here it is. Here's how it looks. I got, as you guys can see, got the lights connected, and this is how this thing looks, you guys. You got lights on in the rear, and this thing just looks absolutely awesome. This system's working pretty dang good. Obviously, you can't go over the edge there. I mean, it's not the fastest. Good pace. Good walking pace. System's doing pretty good. It is not whiny or anything, you guys. I mean, listen to it. Oh, I'm going to go up that. Let's check the drag brake on it. It is freezing. See how this thing does climbing up here. Sorry about the sun, you guys. I might get stuck. Come on, baby. Come on, get some grip. There you go. Come on, there you go. And down she goes. This is all ice, you guys. Come down this way. Oh, look at that. So nice. Oh, this system, you guys, you will love this system. This system is really good. I like it. Come on. I wish I could get some dirt, but with the snow, there's no dirt. I'm up. Just thinking about it. There we go. I mean, just look at that. Nice slow crawl. That is just... that's insane. Getting slower. There we go. Come on, girl. That's insane, you guys. This system is very nice. So you guys see all the snow back here. That's my little fire pit sort of thing that I have, and look how much snow is there. That I threw up there, but look at that. So as you guys can see, even in my backyard, I can't even get back there. So this is what I had, guys. At least she's tracking. I'm trying to see where else I can go with this. That one. I got a little section here. There we go. Come on, girl. Get up there. I love this truck. It is freezing. Come on, get up there. Looking at the camera instead of looking at the truck. Come on, there you go. So let's see. So let's see the speed that this thing will go. Oh, I'm gonna have to tighten up the spur gear here. Here we go, you guys. Slow crawling here. Look how slow that thing goes. Let's see. I'm up here. No problems. Look at that. No problems, you guys. Climbs right on up. No issues whatsoever. No issues whatsoever. Climbing. Well, you guys, that is all I have for you in this video. Go check out Sequre RC. I will put a link down in the description below on Amazon and their website where you can get this link, where you can get this ESC. Go check it out. See you guys in the next video. Y'all have a good one. Keep RCing.